So can you see, as we're moving up the head, we're creating a nice layered effect, which has left the length at the bottom because of the fact that we're just pulling the hair out towards. We're following the shape of the head, basically. So we're bringing our fingers up and following the shape of the head. That's called uniform layers. Right, so next section, we've almost reached the crown. In fact, we haven't reached the crown. So, and can you see I've got my client facing down, so that, you know, when you're in a hairdresser and so on, I think this represents the height of somebody sitting in a chair, so that you are obviously standing above them. You've got to make it easy for yourself. You know, if you're shorter, get them to slide down, lower the chair down a bit. If you need them to be taller, pump the chair up a bit, but get them so that you're comfortable. I can't stress how important that is to if your body feels in the right, you're just going to make your job a lot easier. Right, so this is the next section. So this is going from the crown to behind the ear. Yeah, so we're going to get all that out of the way. So we'll now reach the crown. So the crown gets parted to the back of the ear. Same with the side, look, you can see, almost at the back of the ear. And again, you know, we're just working, we're wetting the section down. Don't forget about this, I can't stress enough how, you know, it's either going to be wet or dry. You're cutting hair dry or you're cutting hair wet. And when I say wet, I don't mean soaking wet, so it's going all over the floor. Right, so your next section. So what you're doing, so as I've got higher here, can you see? Right, it's easier to see now. So as I've got higher, I'm actually going to turn my fingers around this way because it just feels more comfortable, because I'm not bending down there, and that's, you know, my fingers that way round down there was fine for me because I felt more comfortable. As I've moved up the head, I could put my fingers like this, I still feel comfortable, but I also feel more comfortable doing it like this because my body is not in such a bad position. So, but just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to do it in the same way as I have before, and I'm just going to do that. Yeah, just taking off shortest point, just hardly taking anything off. It's much more about getting the sections right. This first video, look there, just tiny bit, moving myself around. Nice neat section. Yeah. Combing from the roots, on the roots, always get that tension. That's the important bit in getting the tension. Yeah, so you're not slacking the hair, you're pulling it tight. Pulling it tight. That's it. Can you see? It all matches up. Look round here. That's okay. And you're pulling all out, as always me, and you can see it just needs a little bit there, because that's all I've been taken off everywhere. Yeah. And on this side, do exactly the same this side. Okay, so that's more or less the back done, really. So we need to move on to the sides, yeah?